Thanks, Roddy, for that introduction. I'm very conscious that I'm standing between you and a drink in the next door room, so please bear with me. And one of the issues of coming up last in the afternoon is that much of my content has already been mentioned or in passing, but I don't really make an apology for that because I think it shows that we are on common ground with a lot of the speakers, and I think they are key messages and therefore worth repeating. I'm very excited about this new role as being chair of ETAG, although nobody said during the interview process that I would face such a baptism of fire over the last few weeks. But I'm looking forward to playing a role in the continued success of Edinburgh's tourism sector, a sector which contributes so much to the social, cultural and economic well-being of the city and its residents. I'm aware that I have to fill big shoes, as underneath Robin's leadership, ETAG has played a key role in establishing Edinburgh's position as one of Europe's most popular visitor destinations. Earlier, Robin talked of Edinburgh's success in attracting tourists over the last 10 years. However, I think we all recognise that as we enter the next decade, the industry faces new challenges, but I'm confident that the strategy outlined by Peter addresses these through its key priorities. I think we can all say safely that with this strategy, we are going in the right direction. What is clear is that tourism in Edinburgh has to some extent become a victim of its own success, a trend that we have seen in other leading visitor destinations as we've heard from our speakers from Barcelona and Amsterdam. It has also been subject to wider global forces that other destinations have experienced, probably the most significant of which has been the incredibly rapid and perhaps largely unforeseen growth in the short-term letting sector. Tourism in our city has also been embroiled in the debate over the use of public space, which has sparked the most recent discussion on the future of tourism. A debate which has unfortunately not always been balanced and accurate, and which at times, as Roddy has said, has become intemperate. The combination of these forces has the potential to shift the public's attitude from seeing tourism as making a positive contribution to the city to adversely impacting on the lives of its residents. Now, this may be a view that is held by a small vocal minority, but as a sector, we ignore any change in public perception at our peril. Engaging in growing-up conversations about tourism within a growing city must be the way forward. It should involve listening to residents' genuine concerns, but we must also not lose our voice within that debate. So it is important that the new strategy set out today is a step change in the way that Edinburgh deals with tourism. The strategy establishes the sector as a key contributor to the wide development goals of the city and recognises the challenges that face tourism in the 20's. The ambition is for us to manage future growth effectively, finding common ground and solutions, ensuring that tourism continues to be the significant benefit to the city that it currently is. While I don't in any way underestimate the challenges ahead, I genuinely believe that the unique partnership that we enjoy in Edinburgh of operators and businesses is up to the task, given its track record of resilience and innovation in the past. I think it was Adam that commented that 10 years ago, or Robin commented as well, that 10 years ago, the industry was perhaps on the back foot after the global financial crisis. And through that period, it shown its ability to adapt and its capability to grow in such difficult times. But as well as the challenges, there are some exciting opportunities for the sector going forward. Every day we see technology and data-driven innovation. Goethe talked a lot about data innovation, creating new solutions and business opportunities, which in turn improve productivity and profitability. Roddy talked about the infrastructure projects that are about to complete in the next year to 18 months. The Johnny Water experience, St James's retail, the extension of the tram to Leith a little bit further out, new hotels, all helping to extend the visitor footprint. And it was interesting to hear Gerta talk about how you expand into other areas of the city. And perhaps with the new tram down to Leith, this will help enormously with that regard. This is all going to be complemented by increased capacity via investment in both rail and air infrastructure. And all of this is a further demonstration of the success that tourism brings to the city. ETAG's role within all of this is about supporting the overall competitiveness of Edinburgh as a destination through collaboration with the operators and partners across the city and through product-led innovation. The platform that ETAG has developed and its models, tools and processes have been responsible for some significant successes. Initiatives such as tourism and technology, which set out to support the sector to make the most of the new digital tools, has been a 10-year programme of activity which has helped hundreds of businesses. In addition, the development of the China Ready initiative has positioned Edinburgh as a world-leading destination in the use of Chinese social media. Now, while the challenges and opportunities for tourism in the 20s will be different, the learning and understanding from these tried and tested models will give us the ideal platform for the industry going forward. As we've already heard, the creation of the strategy is already breaking new ground. The development process saw the largest ever consultation about tourism in the city with the sector, but also significantly with the public. The result has been that Edinburgh is now the first city in the UK to be actively setting out its ambition to shift the focus to managing growth and firmly embedding tourism within the wider ambitions of the growth of the city as a whole. This significant shift should not be underestimated. Adam has set out clear challenges to the industry to be mindful of people, place and planet. Thankfully, the key priorities of the strategy are aligned with this position, and we will develop plans that work towards and make a significant contribution to net zero carbon by 2030, fair and secure employment and skills development which enhance the opportunities for career progression. In a post-Brexit world, skills development and attracting talent may well be a significant challenge that currently we may underestimate. We must also manage the reputation and the competitiveness of Edinburgh as a place. Peter reminded us that the eyes of the world are upon Edinburgh, but we have to continue to fight back against the negative messages that are being portrayed, and in so doing, guard against complacency and continue to ensure that Edinburgh is an attractive city for tourists to visit and is open to business investment. We should not be lulled into a false sense of security that tourists will continue to come just because growth in the UK market is predicted. Of course, ETAG doesn't work in isolation, but within a city-wide partnership of all the operators and stakeholders. We as ETAG will play our part, but the Strategy Implementation Group, commonly known as the SIG, will require to take the lead in creating a structure to oversee the action planning, development and delivery. The City of Edinburgh's Council's role will be critical, and I am pleased to hear Adam confirm this afternoon that the support of the Council is steadfast. We need them behind our efforts and to value the work of the sector and recognise that without tourism, the economic, social and cultural benefits of which we all talk about, we all enjoy, could easily begin to slip away. The Council also needs to recognise that managing growth requires more proactive action on their part and provide the additional resources required to support that. However, we are all aware of the budget challenges that the Council face, and there is no sign of these easing off anytime soon. Adam articulated the important relationship and the link between the growth of the tourism industry and the improvement within the city for the residents as well as the tourists. So while there are mixed feelings about the introduction of a visitor levy in the city, my sense is that there's a growing acceptance if we want to see additional resources, then the income generated by a levy is really the only game in town. What we need to do is ensure that the income it generates is directly dedicated to managing the growth of tourism in the city. And I was pleased to hear Adam confirm that this will be the case. And crucially, above all, I think we need to work with the residents of the city. The results of the Phase 2 consultation revealed that businesses and residents shared many common views on issues that were consulted upon, both expressing their desire to see better understanding and communication about the benefits of tourism. The feedback from the public consultation saw particularly strong support, over 90%, for the priorities that we set out for people, place, and the environment. We must capitalise on this and work through the partnership to win the confidence of all the residents that tourism makes Edinburgh a better place to live. And we must be bold and ambitious in the solutions that we seek. Goethe and Albert very articulately explained the situation that they were in Amsterdam and Barcelona. And I, for one, will take away a number of action points in my agenda to begin to discuss with ETAG about maybe some of the learnings that we've heard this afternoon and look to see whether or not any of these successful projects could be included in our plans and actions for the future. We are really fortunate, though, to be discussing the future of tourism in Edinburgh from a position of strength and growth. We have a lot of exciting opportunities ahead to make Edinburgh a leader in the management of city tourism in the next decade and an exemplar for others to follow. With all the talent we have in the sector, this, I believe, can be achieved. The City of Enlightenment has a history and reputation for being innovative, and I have no doubt that over the lifetime of this strategy, the partnership responsible for the stewardship of Edinburgh tourism will find solutions to meet these challenges. And I'll finish by just picking up a couple of words that Adam used at the end of his presentation. We're an exciting and vibrant city, and he hopes that we're still grappling with the issue of growth in 10 years' time. And I would mirror that view, and that we still maintain the position of Edinburgh being the best city to come and live in and visit. Thank you very much.